So I've got all of these new props this year. Ordered 6,000 pixels, and they've come in, and the props have started to come in. And one of the first props that I've been looking at are the hanging elves. Let me show you these hanging elves here real quick. Flip over. So there are quite a few pixels in this thing, and you've got yourself, it's got singing in the mouth. So how do you wire this thing up? And we're going to go through that a little bit today, because basically you flip these things over, and where do you start, right? I mean, do I start down here at the foot? Do I start up here at the top? Where is it that I actually start? So to figure that part out, we're going to first go over to XLights and look for the model. Where did we get this elf from? We got it from Gilbert Engineering USA. So you can see here from the website description, this elf is 250 nodes, 4 feet tall, 3-inch spacing. It's a really awesome looking prop, and it's got the singing face, which is pretty neat. The question is, how do I wire this thing up when you get it? And this might be a question that a lot of people have when they're starting out is what's the right direction? How do we wire it? How do we make it so that it works right? And the answer is, if we're using XLights, which I am, and we can see here, I've already got the hanging elf. I believe we're going to put it right here on the house. Have not quite decided yet, but let's assume I don't already have this model inside of XLights. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the download, create new download. I'm going to highlight an area where I would put it, and that is going to bring up our selections of pre-configured downloads. And we're not, this did not come from Moscoyo. This came from Gilbert Engineering, or Gilbert Engineering. I don't know which was the right way to pronounce it. So I have to find it in here, and the best way to do is try to search for here, and I'll just do singing elf, maybe. Let's see if that pops it up. Boom. Nope. How about elf? Elf pops up with chroma characters elf, which isn't quite yet. So let's try hanging elf. Hanging elf. Hanging elf, there it is. Hanging elf, there's two hanging elves. There's one that is a regular one, and then the one that we have is hanging elf singing, and you'll see this picture pops up. So we go and we insert the model. Now we can see it here. And now to figure out how to actually do the wiring, I'm going to right click and I click on wiring view. That's going to bring up this little elf here, and look at all of those numbers. They're all over the place. I'm going to make this as big as I can, and I'm going to look around, and I can see that number 1 is right here. And there we go. So if I were to look at this elf, it's going to start, and this is a backwards view of the elf. So it's actually going to start right here on the eye and then move around. It's going to move around the top of the head. It's going to go around the mouth, and then it's a lot easier. Then it's basically going to go down the sides, in towards his belt, down around his foot, up his other foot, all the way up, and then we get out to the arms. And as we get to the top, it gets a little more. You can drag this around and see. Kind of comes down to his hands and back down, and it ends at the bottom of his left ear on the back side. So basically now we're going to go out there and we're going to wire up these pixels to show how the elf works, or how we put the pixels into the elf. So that's our next step. And I've got 2 of these elves, so this might take some time. So we'll show a little bit of the start, and then I'll give you the ending of how it looks. So I didn't know about this until my wife was putting another one together, and I said, look at the wiring diagram. And you know what that girl did? She went and numbered where everything goes. So as I mentioned before, it starts, Goes around and down and up and down, and what an easy way to do wiring. And that way it's there next time if you ever have to take them out, which hopefully you never have to do. So I won't bore you with the details of going through and pushing all these pixels in, but I'll show you the final result. So as I look at our Christmas tree, which has been up for a couple of weeks, and I move into the finished product, here is the Singing Elf, number 2. First one got done without me pre-labeling all of the numbers from the wiring diagram in XLights. But this one, once I got it done, it took about 30 minutes. I did it while I watched the Washington football team lose on Sunday with my dad. That was a good game to kind of tune out because they were doing pretty horrible in the second half. Anyway, this is a prop from Gilbert Engineering. It's a nice prop, and I really like the fact that it's done. It's come finished. It's not painted. I don't know what they use to put this stuff on here, but it's pretty awesome. Anyway, you guys enjoy the videos, and please let me know in the comments anything that you have any questions on or want to see in the future. And if you do like the videos, please subscribe to the channel. Look forward to showing you more videos soon.